Does this look familiar to you? How about this? Well, how about this? How about this? If you said yes, that means you are in Oregon. That means you're part of our clan, you're part of this channel, you're part of this project. I'm trying to reach out to you to let you know how health insurance works, how to access it, and how to avoid any kind of penalties or fees. So stick around, we're gonna have some fun, we're gonna put some information out there, and we're gonna get you protected. Let's go, Oregon. Hey Oregon, it's Jennifer Elaine, the insurance coach. Hey, today is Sunday, January the 22nd, and I know that when we make YouTube videos, we usually don't post the date, but right now there's a lot of history happening. Just yesterday was the national and international women's rights rallies. There's a lot of questions about the Affordable Care Act. We're talking about repeal and replace. We've talked about all kind of things that have happened in the news, and some of the things are real, some of them are not, but a lot of people are scared. One thing that I've noticed is that a lot of people have opinions. Well, instead of bringing our opinions to light today, I think what we'd like to do is share some success stories here in Oregon locally. So that's what we're going to do. And I want to thank Kim for being here again. Y'all remember Kim, she's been in pretty much every single one of the videos that I've done so far. If not, you've at least been in the room helping, so thank you. Kim, you are here today not only because you're my video buddy, but because we have a success story. And I would like for you to take it away.
All right, so you know, for a long time, I did not have health insurance. I know, terrible. It's something that I think we as young adults take for granted when we are covered under our parents' plan, I think until the age of 26. And that was me. And then all of a sudden I thought, oh my God, I have to pay for this? But myself? No. So I went for a couple years without it, and then I got it, kind of on and off several times, and it's just, every year it gets more and more expensive, and it's difficult to keep up with. And knowing that you have a deductible to make first before it even kicks in is very frustrating to me. It's kind of, I didn't see the light at the end of the tunnel. So I came to a point where I didn't have it again. And then I thought to myself, well, let me ask my friend Jen, the insurance coach, about OHP. I'm going to look into it because I'd always been taught, you know, not said in words by, you know, different opinions that maybe it was something that I didn't need, that I shouldn't have. So I started asking questions, and I talked to Jen about it. And she said, you know, I think we should sign you up for it. Let's go ahead and do that. She and I talked about it for months, and we talked about it like, let's do that. Yeah, okay, all right, bring your information in. I said I'd do it several times, I forgot. Well, finally, my paperwork made it to Jen, and she told me, okay, this should kick in on February 1st. And this is the crazy thing. I get less than a week later, I get an envelope. And to me, it looks like a letter telling me what is to come on February 1st. And then I realized I have an insurance card. I thought, oh, well, I don't know if I'm really covered. Not 4 days later, I end up in the emergency room with severe abdominal pain. I'm keeling over in pain, screaming, crying, and my family insisted I go. They were worried my appendix were going to burst. So I go into the emergency room. They help me out, and then a nice lady comes in and asks for my insurance information. And I said, well, I just got this in the mail. I can give you what I have. We went through it, and she said, oh, I'll take that card. And then I went on my way. And after the weekend, I told Jen, I said, you know, Jen, I ended up in the ER. And it was really interesting. I wasn't sure if I was covered or not. And she said, send me a picture of what you got in the mail. So I did. And she said, oh my God, you are covered. It's never happened that fast. But it's really, I don't want to say a miracle, but it really is amazing to me that 4 days after I was covered that I really needed that. And there it was. So I'm over the moon. It's such a peace of mind for me. This could have been a huge disaster financially, and it wasn't. Everything was okay. And I have my friend Jen, the insurance coach, to thank.
Oh, shucks, buddy.
Yes. So that is my wonderful feel-good story.
So I'm walking around my house one morning with my slippers and my coffee, and I get a phone call from my buddy that says, "Oh, I was in the emergency room." I'm like, "Dude, what for? What's the matter with you?" You know. And then afterwards, it occurs to me, "Oh yeah, insurance." You know, because first I'm worried about your well-being and everything. But yeah, that's a wonderful thing to hear. What we did was we used the Oregon One system. The website is one.oregon.gov. There you can establish a username and password and go through the entire application procedure. And what she says about when she got me the paperwork is that usually with the Oregon Health Plan, they want some sort of, proof of income, proof of other things. There's a lot of things that they can ask for. And once she got me that tax information and I uploaded it, I thought that it would take, quite some time. Reason being that one system just came out in October. We're one of few states that have actually done that. We're one of few states that, or actually one of many states that accepted the Medicaid expansion with the Affordable Care Act back in 2010. So that enabled the Oregon Health Plan to create that website. A lot of people have had to file bankruptcy due to medical bills. And that's all the work and all the education and all the hours you've put into building some sort of legacy, some sort of business or house or whatever, family, for one illness or one accident to take it all away from you. That has happened quite a bit in this country. And quite frankly, that's why I stay in this industry, is to try to keep that from happening. So it feels good to me to know that something that I did directly impacted somebody positively, and I hope that I can continue to do that, because that's what it's all about, right? That's why we're here, is to make it better for the next guy. Kim cuts hair. Kim is the best at cutting hair. Kim is terrific at cutting hair. Everybody knows that she's the best at cutting hair. That's what they say anyways. And I want her cutting hair. That's what she should be doing. And me enabling her to have health insurance and go to the doctor and be well, enables her to do her job. We need people cutting hair. We need people out there doing their jobs. And I enjoy the title of Kid That Helps You Connect with Benefits. So, yeah, that's pretty much what's up.
If you have questions about health insurance, you should always ask. And someone like Jennifer, the insurance coach, can answer the questions, and she can help educate you on any of the misconceptions that you may have. There's a lot of misconceptions and words and terms that don't really exist, but because people use them over and over, they're a thing now. It's very confusing. Mm-hmm. So ask questions.
Absolutely. One of those questions is, there's a lot of media headlines that say, "You've lost your coverage, forget about it, people are going to die," and we're all very nervous. And if we were to believe every single headline that we read, we'd all be very mentally ill, quite frankly.
Yeah.
And so I've had people call me or text me or message me or carrier pigeon message, whatever, and say, "All right, well, what now? I'm sick. I have to go to dialysis. I'm sick. I have to have my medication. Or my son has ADD and this and that, and he's in treatment. What now?" Well, here's the answer to what now. Keep on keeping on. Nothing has changed right now, okay? The Affordable Care Act was signed back in 2010, but remember, we didn't really start rolling it out and enacting it and putting things in place until 2, 3, 4 years later, okay? So right now, we have people in D.C. and other places in the country trying to figure out what the new policy is going to look like. I can't tell you what it's going to be. I don't think anyone can. But I will tell you that when something as major as this happens, when a transition occurs, it does not happen overnight. Yes, the decisions could be made in the same day, same hour, same minute, but changing people's health insurance is not an overnight thing. I'm sure it'll take years to transition into whatever the replacement for the Affordable Care Act ends up being. The key right now is use your insurance. You've got it. That's one thing that we do know, right? If you have OHP, or if you have major medical or group or any other kind of health insurance, go be using it. Because that's one thing that we do know. I don't know what the future is going to look like. We don't know what the changes are going to look like. You might be one of these people who in the future may not have access to health insurance because they're allowed to turn you down due to medical or due to pre-existing conditions and whatnot. So take care of yourself, take care of each other, continue reaching out and asking questions. That's what I'm here for. The open enrollment period doesn't end until January 31st. I know there's a lot of questions about that as well. You have until January 31st to sign up for a plan. It'll start on March the 1st. Again, you want to go to healthcare.gov, create that username and password, get through that application, and then basically choose a plan. So, yeah, that's what's going on. I want to thank you guys for tuning in again today. I know it's been a while. I'm sorry. It's been rough, right? We all know that. So thanks for coming today, Kim.
Thank you for having me.
Joe, thanks for doing everything you do, buddy. And we'll see you next time, Oregon.